Sagar from here. Mm, I have removed it. So it should no longer OAAM restricted users. Let me delete it. Let me just recheck. No user is there. Let's do a use case where I want to block a particular IP. So blacklisted IPs, condition, IP in a group, OAAM restricted IP. So my groups, search, restricted IPs. Let's add one. Let me check the IP of this machine. Okay, so before setting this rule, let's first execute that. C code. Sagar should be able to access the system. Cool. Welcome one. Access denied. Awesome. Now, why the access has been denied? This is because. Okay, let me show you. I have registered this blacklisted user IP in post authentication as well. Risky IP, conditions, location in group, OAAM risky IPs. Let's go to this group, OAAM risky IPs, IP, and this is the IP address. Now let's see what the IP address of this machine is. Ping OAM.local domain. So this is 130. This is the IP that I am saying it should be allowed, because the post authentication, you see that I have set this as true. Only this is allowed in the group, else just do not allow it. So the IP of this OAM machine is this. Now if I try to access the same user from this machine, whose IP is 132, I should be able to access the resource. Sagar, welcome one, and I'm able to access it. So this is the way you can actually configure your checking at different ends. You can, I could have had blocked an IP at pre-authentication point. I could have had blocked at post-authentication point. It is as per your need that you can do. One thing that you need to remember is the IP check if you are doing at pre-authentication end, or any check that you are doing at pre-authentication end, that this is the pre-authentication I am talking about policies. This is pre-authentication checkpoint that I am talking about. Pre-authentication. If anything is been blocked at pre-authentication, this will be checked just after the user has provided the username. But if anything comes to the post authentication point, that checkpoint will kick in once the user has provided username and password. So there are different checkpoints, different levels of checkings that are enabled with OAAM. With every scrutinized thing that you can do, either to check your device ID, you can do location check, you can do user ID check, you can do IP level check, you can provide IP ranges as well. These all are achievable via OAAM conditions, group, and rules combination. You have a rule, with a rule you have a condition, with a condition you have a group. So this is the way you do configuration.